Right, back again, doing a little bit more on the Lancia. I think last time I showed you on the video that we'd got the petrol tank back in, and I have put a suspension arm on there that I've gone through, but it's only loosely bolted on just to sort of get it out of the way a bit. Yeah, so that's all in there. So what I want to work on this week is this section here. I'll show you this. So we've got this bit here, which is probably going to end up being a little bit worse than I initially thought, because it's quite grotty here and here. Show you there, get you in shot. There we go. And there's some pinholes over here as well. So I think I'm going to have to take this off, and then potentially cut along here somewhere to get this edge away so we can have a look what's going on inside here, because I think I'm going to have to replace this whole inner piece here, potentially some pieces over here, and then this whole outer section here. So yeah, I think we just get stuck into it, really, get this off, start cutting the piece out on here and see what's going on inside. What is that? Okay, there might have been something living in here. Alrighty, we got some work to do. That is surely a nest. Yeah, definitely got a nest there somewhere. Okay. We got a little bit more work here. That's gone into the sill there, but I don't think it's too bad. I mean, what I might do is come up a little bit higher here and then go up to this edge here, so I can clean that seam out. It's going to be corroded underneath that seam there, bollocks and things. And then we can replace this bit underneath here, which is actually part of this outer sill. So we can just put a new piece in there, across there, and then this inner skin is obviously all gone, and then a little bit on the end there, and then obviously this under here. But I think a lot of this is corroded because there's something living in there, or has been. Something's definitely made a home in there, and it stinks of pee, which is nice. So yeah, it's all got a whole panel underneath there, it's gone as well, so I'll have to make a new one of them. So there's a bit of work here. I'll just cut each piece out, make a new piece, put it back in. I'm just hoping he's not still living in there. One, really I don't want to get my finger bitten off, and two, I don't want him going to live somewhere else within the sill. So I need to get it out and have a look and make sure he's vacated. Alright, I'll carry on. Okay, so we're chasing it a bit here. I've just cut a bit more off that edge here, and obviously I just hit this with a wire wheel and it's showing up more rust, so I'm going to cut up here now. And there's actually a bit around here as well that needs replacing, so I may as well cut this off here and make sure we're all good underneath there. So I might have to replace that under there as well. We'll just keep cutting it back until we don't find any more rot. Right, okay, so kind of worm swings to mind here. I think what I'm going to do is cut that off there, where that little groove is there, and this is one piece here. So I'm going to make this top piece here back to beyond that hole. I'll have to put that hole back in. So repair that section there, probably round to this edge here, and then do this lower section here in a separate piece. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do that, and then I can make this top piece that comes up to here, because there's obviously there's a step in here to finish that off, and then I can put the outer panel or outer sill panel back on. So yeah, I think that's the way forward with that. Right, just started shaping that up a little bit. Got that profile in there for the other metal to come down and sit into that. I need to curve this slightly. But what I think I'm going to do now is cut a slither out of this here across there, which will give me this profile here that I can take to the bench and try and replicate a bit, because it could be quite tricky to get this, because that profile that goes across there, that sort of step down, follows it all the way around here. So I think if I cut that off, I can sort of try and copy that a bit easier on the bench, and then I can line this up across here better. Doesn't matter too much what it looks like underneath here, because it's covered, but this bit needs to look smart. So I think I'll do that. I'll cut that out and take it to the bench, I think. Right, what I'm going to do is cut some excess off of here, because I need to curve this up a little bit. So I might have to put a slot in there and re-weld it back up, just to get that to curve up there a bit and get that shape in, so I can lose some material off there so I can curve that. And then here I'm going to cut a slit in here so I can take that in. Yeah, and then follow this edge here, because we're a bit out there, so we can probably bend that in slightly, just to get that to follow around there then, and then we're getting close. Right, I've been fettling this a bit more now, and we're getting quite close now, so I've put a couple of slits in it here so I can shape this up here. So bring that round a bit more there, and then weld them up so it matches up with this shape round here. My profile in there is matching up with my reference mark there and there, so that works quite well. Will do when I do that, yeah, so that's all right. So I think we're close to trimming it in so it fits in properly. I'm going to weld all this up so it's the same shape as that there, you know, just sort of shape it into there, weld that up there, and then I think we're close. Right, we're pretty much made with that one. Ready to weld in that. Just get some weld through primer on the back of that. Turn it around here, get some on there, and then we'll get it welded in. I've got some holes in there for plug welds, and that's that bit done. Okay, so in the process of trying to clean this up, I've decided I'll cut this piece off here. Where is it? That piece there. Because obviously I want to clean all this up behind here and get some primer on that, and obviously all this in here. So that's going to come back to here. So I'll clean all that up there, and then underneath here, this panel needs to be placed in here. So drill the spot welds out there, and I'll probably put a seam in, probably a little bit of an, because that's only a 90-degree edge there. I might just go round the corner very slightly and weld it on that inner edge, just so I get that nice curve in there. I might as well replace that whole panel all the way back to there. Apart from these little profiles here, it doesn't look too bad. So I may as well cut all this out, I think, before we go on any further, and then I can clean it up. Looks like there's a little bit needed there as well, so I might as well put that piece in there while that's out. Does that end there? Yes, I think it does, but yeah, it's probably grotty between that seam anyway, so I might as well cut it all out and start from new, really, and I can clean it all up inside a lot easier then. Right, I've cut all that out now. The whole bottom of this chassis rail here, that piece it is absolutely rotten on the inside. I think a lot of that's from the mouse nest that was in there. It's just all the mouse peas just rotted it away from the inside out, as well as it being a Lancia. But now I opened it up so I can get in there and clean it all up properly and put some rust treatment on it and some primer on it. I don't know whether to replace this bit, because it is only a straight edge with a 90 on it, spot welded to this floor. I might do, so that'll be a whole new piece round there then. Let's put that right around, there we go. So it would just come around like that, and then have another 90 on this end to weld the inner sill onto. So it would be nice for it to be all nice and new. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so I'm going to look at making this piece here now. I'm going to try and make it first before I cut that off. Okay, I think I can do it without, making the whole piece. So I have made a bit of a cardboard template here, just all the way around. It's currently giving me some sort of a shape to start off with, along with that piece.
Right, for anyone that's interested, somebody has asked me what size steel I'm using for the repairs on my car. So this is a piece to cut off. Obviously this is the, I suppose, the continuation of the chassis sort of box section that goes into the sill, and there's obviously there's the lifting point there. Now I've got that at about 1 mil. Nearest damn it, 1 mil. Okay, and it was a clean piece of steel there, both sides. Just had a little bit of paint on it. I've just rubbed the paint off either side, so it's about 1 mil there. And what I'm putting back in should be 1.2. There you go, 1.2. So I'm putting thicker steel back in than what was originally there, so it should be stronger in my eyes. So that's reassuring to know. Right, that's that piece nearly done. This is about as close as I'm going to get it to this shape. So there's got to be a little return on here. I mean, there's a lot of excess on there I've got to cut off at the minute. It's over big at the minute. But I've got that profile in there, which matches that up there. I've managed to bend this the best I can and shape it so it's got that to go in there. And then there's the lifting point. Lifting point will go back on there. Around. Once that's been cleaned up, and then show you where it goes. So basically it's going there. Obviously there's a lot to trim off here and shape. That's pretty much where it's going. It's actually there. So I've got to take this off, cut all this out, cut around here so I can get that up onto the floor there. And then this here is the lip for the sill and the inner sill and the outer sill to weld onto. And obviously, yeah, there's a lot to trim off around there and shape and get into. Well, it's all I've got time for this week, so I'm glad I've got that piece sort of made up. I'll stick some rust converter on in there, and then put some primer on it, and then I can start trimming that in next week and try and get that piece fitted, and then we can start finishing off this inner sill and outer sill. All right, see you next week.